Not only can you edit symbols, but you can also edit individual symbol instances. If you're following along, I'm in o5_editing_instances.fla in the Chapter 6 folder in the Exercise Files folder. What we're going to do here is edit each of the individual robot instances to make it look like the robots are standing in a line. Let's lock the stars layer and unlock the robots layer. Select the robots layer and make sure all the artwork on the layer is deselected. You can do that by clicking in the gray area off the stage. Select the Free Transform tool in the toolbar. Select the middle robot and scale it down a little bit. Notice that when you scale the middle robot, none of the other robots change. That's because you're not editing the symbol, you're merely editing this instance of the GFC robot symbol. What can you do to individual instances? You can scale, rotate, move, and change the color of individual symbols. So we've scaled down the middle robot a little bit, and I'm going to press down on my keyboard a few times to move the robot down a little bit. That looks good. Then I'm going to select the robot on the left. I want to scale the left robot to look like it's behind the middle robot. So let's scale it down, holding Shift on my keyboard to constrain the proportions. So it's a little bit smaller than the middle robot. Then I'm going to click and drag to move the left robot so it looks like it's behind and lower than the middle robot. I'm going to press the right key on my keyboard to move the robot over a little bit more. Now if I deselect everything by clicking in the gray area off the stage, it looks like the robots are standing in line. I mentioned earlier that you can change the color of individual symbol instances. When you change the color of an individual symbol instance, you don't necessarily have 100% control over every color inside of the symbol instance, but rather, you apply a color transformation or a color tint to the object. I'm going to select the middle robot and show you how to perform a color transformation. In the Property Inspector, there's a drop-down that says Color. If you click that drop-down, you'll see some options. Brightness. Using brightness, you can control black and white amounts in a symbol instance. Tint, you can use to apply a tint to a symbol instance. When you use alpha, you can apply transparency to a symbol instance. Advanced allows you to multiply multiple color properties of one symbol instance. For now, let's choose brightness. What we're going to do is make this instance look a little bit darker than the one in front. I'm going to click and drag the slider on the right side of the Property Inspector down a little bit to darken the middle robot. If you drag the slider up, the robot will get lighter. I'm going to drag it down to about -33. You can choose a different setting if you'd like. So you can see the middle robot's a little bit darker. Now let's make the back robot the darkest. Select the robot all the way on the left or all the way in the back. Click the color drop-down. Choose brightness. Drag the slider on the right side of the Property Inspector down so it's darker than the middle robot, going to about 50. That should be good. Now we deselect everything. And now it looks like the closest robot is the lightest and has the focus, and the robots get darker as they go back. So there's a look at how you can modify different symbol instances.